Ristig fylde. 73% oplever ekstra volumen.
300 nu på DVD og High Definition. Vind en rejse for 2 til Grækenland. Se mere på 300filmen.dk. 300 nu på DVD og High Definition. Køb den på cdon.com.
Nu er det tid til 101 hemmeligheder i Hollywood, hvor stjernerne ikke får lov til at holde noget som helst for dem selv.
Secret. Noun. Something kept from the knowledge of others. We've got 101 of them, and at one time they were all kept hidden. Welcome to 101 Best Kept Hollywood Secrets. Coming up this hour, an X-rated scandal, a drug-dealing past, a manslaughter conviction, and banned from an airline. Plus, who's afraid of a little tattoo? Who smoked weed in the White House? And who fired Robert De Niro? The secrets are getting juicier. Part 3 of our countdown begins with secret number 60. It's hard to keep a secret in Hollywood. It's even harder to keep a romance secret in Hollywood. But some have managed, for a while at least.
Why not keep it a secret? Does everybody have to know all of your business?
Jennifer Garner quietly began dating her Alias co-star Michael Vartan after separating from husband Scott Foley. At first there were rumors, then publicists confirmed the story. But the new couple still kept a low profile. They rarely appear in public together.
I mean, they go in different entrances. They leave different exits. They're 10 minutes apart.
Meg Ryan and Russell Crowe managed to keep their relationship out of the press in the beginning. The couple met in 1999 on the set of the movie Proof of Life in Ecuador. That's one way to avoid the paparazzi. Go to South America. When word about the liaison finally got out, the twosome escaped to Russell's farm in Australia. But the romance was short-lived. They parted as friends.
I think it's the whole fantasy idea, and also you're spending so much time with these people, so you get to know people really, really quickly, and actors are prone to living in fantasies, making them real. They get paid for it, so I imagine they're pretty good at making themselves believe that it's love.
The longer you can keep it private, the better, because it's so much more enjoyable when your relationship is yours and not America's.
Beyoncé has been linked with Jay-Z for what seems like an eternity in Hollywood years. But neither has ever confirmed the relationship.
I don't talk about if I'm dating. I don't talk about who I'm dating.
They've worked together, and they've been spotted together every now and then. But these two know the meaning of the word discreet.
Maybe they're trying to have a private life.
I think if they put it out there, Beyoncé and Jay-Z, that they were getting married, that would bring a lot of attention, and maybe that's just attention that they don't feel they need or want right now.
No doubt some new twosome is turning up the heat right about now, but their romance probably won't be secret for long.
It's so much pressure. You have paparazzi waiting outside, you know, their houses, wherever they go. People are like waiting for the breakup. I mean, you know, once you're together, they're like trying to make you break up, or they're trying to make you get married, or when are you having a baby? So I think people hide it for a while to see, you know, how it's gonna go.
Secret number 59. He was groomed as Mr. Home Improvement, Mr. Family Man, Mr. Nice Guy.
Hi everybody, it's good to see you.
In 1991, TV viewers met Tim Allen on a sitcom called Home Improvement. But Tim had a secret, and it almost exploded in his face. 13 years earlier, the funny guy was involved in some not-so-funny business, specifically dealing drugs. Tim spent 28 months behind bars. Allen called his time in prison a wake-up call that saved my life. Unfortunately, the tabloids got hold of the story. Before the news went public, Allen informed show producers and network executives about his past indiscretions.
He didn't have a choice. Either he was going to do it or the press was going to do it for him.
Then Tim went to the mainstream press and came clean.
They say you're only as sick as your secrets. So if you're clean and sober and people find out about it and you're still clean and sober, there's no shame in saying, hey, I used to have a problem and I got help for it, and now I'm staying sober one day at a time. Actually, that's something to be very much admired
Anytime you come clean to anybody in a big way or a small way, I think it's healing. I think because the pain of a secret is just more pain.
When the story broke, there was nothing sensational about it. The press treated Tim's experience as a tale of redemption. Home Improvement went on to be a big hit.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, everybody, and welcome to Tool Time.
Tim Allen's past, secret number 59. This next story is Hollywood legend. Tom Cruise saw a young actress named Nicole Kidman in the Australian film Dead Calm. Cruise flew Kidman to Los Angeles to audition for Days of Thunder, and the rest is movie history. But there might have been more at play behind the scenes. In the late 1980s, while still down under, Nicole got hold of a script for a big-budget film in development called Ghost. The ambitious actress produced an elaborate audition tape, including lights, sets, and costumes. Then, off the tape went to Hollywood.
If anything, it gives her character. That's Hollywood.
She wasn't getting any good roles at the time, so they probably just were like, who is this?
In the end, Demi Moore landed the role Nicole pursued, and Ghost became a sensation.
Demi Moore was really huge, so you're gonna go with the bigger star.
But the film's screenwriter, Bruce Joel Rubin, actually saw Nicole's tape and was impressed. Rubin says he forwarded the tape to the producers of Days of Thunder. Maybe that's what inspired Cruise to go see Dead Calm. Still to come on 101 Best Kept Hollywood Secrets, an angel misbehaves, and a good guy cheats on his wife. Plus,
Court papers don't lie.
It was the best kept secret ever.
and here's a little cosmetic surgery secret Cheryl Lee Ralph couldn't resist sharing.
I heard that there is a Botox party that goes on 3 or 4 times in the islands, that there's a whole group of celebrity friends that get together, buy their ticket to an island, Jamaica, and they go down to a certain place. They do all kinds of things at this very she resort in Jamaica. Spend their 3 weeks vacation and come back and tell you what? They've been on vacation.
We're coming right back. So many secrets to reveal. We're back with the 101 Best Kept Hollywood Secrets. Lara Flynn Boyle is one of the most fascinating actresses in Hollywood. Not only is she gorgeous and talented, but she definitely follows the beat of a different drummer.
I'd rather be a bad girl than a good girl. I mean, they have all the fun, don't they?
Lara told Talk Magazine in 2001 that she's, quote, never been close to marriage. So secret number 57 is very strange. From 1996 to 98, Lara was the wife of music executive John Patrick Dee, and very few people knew about it. Talk Magazine broke the story in 2001.
They were secretly married in Las Vegas with just some friends, but court papers don't lie. Doesn't matter that she denied that this ever happened or refused to comment. The court papers are there, and also the divorce papers are there.
To say that you've been married is to take a bit of the shine off of the apple, maybe, and to think that, oh, you've never been married, and who's going to be the first one to marry her? You know, when you're building an image, there's so many things to consider.
Of course, everyone knew about her affair with a much older Jack Nicholson, which started in 1999.
I always have a date. He's always with us.
Is that Jack that you're talking about?
Yeah.
We weren't just that desirous to know every fact about her until later on, until the Jack years.
Since then, Lara's love life has been fodder for the media. In 2004, the press uncovered an awkward incident. According to published reports, Lara got a tattoo of a little bird on her shoulder. Jaybird was Lara's nickname for her post-Jack boyfriend, Jay Penske, but Boyle's bird flew the coop after she got inked. You can't miss the hair. But what's not so obvious is that boxing impresario Don King once spent time behind bars. In 1954, King was working for a Cleveland bookie. He shot and killed a man who was robbing his place of business. King claimed self-defense, and prosecutors agreed, ruling the death justifiable homicide. King dodged the proverbial bullet in '54, but wasn't so fortunate in '66 when he was found guilty of second-degree murder in the death of Samuel Garrett, a man who owed King money. The judge reduced the charge to manslaughter. Don spent 4 years in prison. Within a year of his release, King, the consummate salesman, was promoting an exhibition boxing match featuring a young, up-and-coming Cassius Clay, also known as Muhammad Ali. Slick and smooth, this true Teflon Don has been promoting fights ever since. Don King, number 56 on our list of best hairdos and secrets.
Don King is all about hair, and he could kill 40,000 people and hide them on top of his head.
Bad news, good news, every kind of news is part of our best-kept Hollywood secrets. For years, Courteney Cox and hubby David Arquette wanted to become parents. That was no secret. In fact, the couple discussed their attempts at in vitro fertilization in a Barbara Walters interview in October 2003. Then, 2 weeks later, David's brother Alexis was a guest on the Sharon Osbourne show. Alexis announced that sister-in-law Courteney was expecting. The Cox-Arquette camp issued a denial, saying, quote, "When they're pregnant and ready to announce it, they will." Sure enough, in January 2004, Courteney and David acknowledged the truth.
Someone in her family told. I mean, she had no choice but to come out and say she was pregnant.
But they had pregnancy problems in the past, so the couple wanted to keep the news confidential.
I think that that's the ultimate, one of the ultimate personal things. Pregnancy, family, love.
Courteney didn't have to worry about concealing her pregnancy while shooting Friends. The show taped its final episode shortly after her announcement. But other actresses have hidden their burgeoning bellies while shooting their shows.
In the 4th year of Evening Shade, I was pregnant, but my character was not. So, of course, I was always behind tables, I was always carrying groceries, I was always carrying laundry baskets, I was lying down a lot.
Everybody Loves Raymond star Patricia Heaton covered her pregnancy by wearing loose-fitting clothes and keeping her tummy covered.
We're shooting basically from here up, and I'm sitting on this couch a lot with a big quilt over me, or in my bed with a big quilt over me, or at the kitchen table with a big table in front of me or something.
Deborah Messing's Will and Grace bosses made her time on the set as comfortable as possible.
They've made adjustments to accommodate the limitations that I have as a pregnant lady now. And so, our hours have changed a little bit. And I think, as a consequence, everyone is really excited about my pregnancy.
Sarah Jessica Parker surprised her Sex and the City crew by announcing she was with child. The show's costume designer, Patricia Field, outfitted the actress in baby doll dresses and wild prints to hide her stomach. Melrose Place execs were extremely accommodating to Heather Locklear during her pregnancy. They moved up the production schedule by a month. They were creative with camera angles, and they even made room for baby, so to speak, for one particular scene.
There was one thing where they had to, I was supposed to fall, like I was in a walker and I was supposed to fall to the floor. Well, when you're, 8 months pregnant, 9 months pregnant, you can't lay on your stomach. So they cut a hole in Amanda's kitchen in this wood floor. They cut a hole and they put a foam pad under there. And so my baby laid in there while I was on my stomach, and she was laying. And I was so happy because I hadn't laid on my stomach for so long.
I will tell you this, my real birth in my real life was a lot easier and it looked a lot less difficult than my fake birth on television.
Oh, baby. Pregnancy secrets are number 55. Still to come. Why does Madonna need a lift home and a jet to take her there? Check out this and other outrageous celebrity demands. And how did she do it? Plus,
what a delicious surprise that was.
My mother always said, what's done in the dark will always come to light.
so many more secrets just ahead. Welcome back. Best Kept Secret number 54 is a case in which art incredibly imitates life. Screenwriter Joe Esterhaus of Basic Instinct and Showgirls fame wrote the screenplay for the 1989 film Music Box. In the movie, a man is accused of being a former Nazi. He asks his lawyer daughter, played by Jessica Lange, to prove his innocence. In the process, she discovers the truth. Her father was a Nazi who committed heinous atrocities.
They got witnesses. Witnesses who identify you. They're accusing you of horrible things, Papa.
How's this for irony? In 1990, 1 year after the film was released, Joe Esterhaus's father learned he was under investigation for possible war crimes. Joe's dad lived in Hungary in the 1930s. Turns out, Istvan Esterhaus wrote a book containing anti-Semitic propaganda. In the book, Esterhaus Sr. wrote, "The iron fist of the law must be applied to this parasitic race." He also organized a book burning for the pro-fascist Hungarian government. Like the father in Music Box, the elder Esterhaus initially denied his involvement in any anti-Semitic activity. Later, he recanted and admitted he was involved in the pro-fascist movement and wrote anti-Semitic propaganda. The Justice Department decided not to deport Istvan Esterhaus. Joe said he didn't have a clue about any of this when he wrote the screenplay for Music Box. That's why this story and this secret is so surreal. Most flight attendants have a celebrity secret or two. After all, they're confined in a very small space with very big stars, sometimes for hours and hours at a time. According to published reports, singer Liam Gallagher and his bandmates from Oasis were banned for life from Cathay Pacific Airlines for creating a disturbance on a 1998 flight to Australia. The guys were so downright unruly that the captain was forced to leave the cockpit to quiet them down.
Be nice. You're in first class. Enjoy your dinner. Watch a movie. Shut up. You know.
In November 2003, Michael Jackson was flying to Santa Barbara with his then attorney, Mark Garagos. The two men had no idea their private conversation was being taped. An employee of ExtraJet, the charter company, found 2 video cassettes on one of their planes. No one's admitting who installed cameras on the plane or who was responsible for the taping.
You know, those are all private discussions with his lawyers. I mean, who knows what he admitted, what he said, what was going on in there, and, it was really wrong.
According to published reports, representatives of ExtraJet shopped the tapes around to several news organizations. When Garagos learned this, he won a temporary restraining order against ExtraJet. A judge barred the company from releasing the tapes.
It still invaded his privacy, the fact that he had paid for and rented this private jet, and here the company that he had rented it from is actually taping him and then sort of looking at their options. Can they shop this stuff around to the media? How much might they get for it?
These days, a private jet isn't always so private. A comedy legend, who shall remain nameless, was banned from a major airline for 1 year. The star requested to be left alone. She wanted no one to speak to her. But at a certain point, a flight attendant asked, "Would you like more 7-Up?" The star took the remaining 7-Up in her glass and hurled it in the flight attendant's face. Since we kept one name to ourselves, we'll reveal another. We asked the following question to the pilot of a private airline that frequently flies celebrities. Who is the nicest star you've ever flown? Without hesitation, the pilot said, Ben Affleck.
It's an exciting time.
We also asked, who's the nastiest? Without hesitation, he said, on second thought, we'll leave that for another countdown. It's common knowledge that George Clooney is a prankster.
2, 3, drop!
The guy loves to play elaborate jokes on his friends and colleagues. In May 2000, George decided to pull a secret stunt. But instead of playing this one for laughs, he played it for love, and millions of fans were grateful. For 5 years, Clooney and Juliana Margulies put one final moment with Dr. Ross. Best kept Hollywood secret number 52. Thanks, George. Still to come. Why does P. Diddy insist on having all his food inspected before he dines? What is he afraid they'll find? And check out some other outrageous celebrity demands.
I want a fur sink, chinchilla in every room.
Plus, who smuggled a joint into the White House. Also ahead.
Well, when I saw those photos, I was shocked.
Just a bunch of chicks sitting around and a lot of it was true.
We'll be right back. You're watching 101 Best Kept Hollywood Secrets. Let's continue with the countdown. She was the first African-American woman to win the Miss America crown. But Vanessa Williams didn't keep it for long because of secret number 51. Vanessa posed for some questionable photos 2 years prior to the pageant. The then 19-year-old Williams appeared nude with another woman for an erotic photo shoot. Vanessa never thought the pictures would surface.
He said that I could not be recognized and that my posing for this experiment would be completely in confidence.
But the publishers of Penthouse magazine got hold of the photos. Miss America was exposed.
I never consented to the use of any of these photographs by Tom Chappelle or anyone else.
My mother always said, what's done in the dark will always come to light.
Well, when I saw those photos, I was shocked. I mean, I'm all about, exhibition, showing your body, being nude, blah, 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 whatever. That's just me. I have no hang-ups about that. But the photos that she shot were pretty risque.
She tried to have a wholesome image and she won Miss America, and then, of course, it came out.
Pageant officials demanded Williams' resignation. In September 1984, on the same day the Penthouse issue landed on newsstands, Vanessa made the announcement.
However, the potential harm to the pageant and the deep division that a bitter fight may cause has convinced me that I must relinquish my title as Miss America.
It looked like Vanessa Williams' career was over before it began. But this woman beat the odds. She landed a recording contract, released hit albums, starred in movies, and proved to be one of the most talented performers in the biz.
She bounced back and, didn't allow something like that to disturb her, which is perfect. That's exactly how it should be treated.
It's show business. Folks like to see celebrities take a nice tumble, like to see them pick themselves up, brush themselves off, and start all over again.
She's got a great career. She's married to a really, really handsome man. They have beautiful babies together, so good for her.
Vanessa Williams showed there are second acts. Number 50. Coming in at number 49 on our countdown, more celebrities who've changed their names. Tom Cruise's given name is Thomas Cruise Maypother IV. Winona Ryder's real name is Winona Horowitz. The great Tina Turner was born Anna Mae Bullock. Queen Latifah was born Dana Owens. She was nicknamed Latifah, which means delicate and sensitive in Arabic. Latifah added Queen as a message to the hip-hop community that she wanted to be treated with respect. Shania Twain's birth certificate reads Eileen Edwards. Shania means I'm on my way in the Ojibwe Indian language. Gene Simmons of Kiss also changed his name. Chaim Witz. Doesn't sound like a rock star, does it? And Tiger Woods' real first name isn't Tiger. Is it Thaddeus, Eldrick, or Thomas? The answer after the break.
She just kept it to herself, which is a good practice if you ask me.
That's a very personal thing to be revealed to the entire world.
Welcome back. Before the commercial break, we posed the question, what's Tiger Woods' real first name? Is it Thaddeus, Eldrick, or Thomas? The answer is Eldrick.
That's definitely me.
Tiger's father gave him the nickname Tiger in memory of a soldier who was Mr. Woods' friend in the Vietnam War. Now, on with the countdown. You're at Best Kept Secret number 48. Even the savviest people can sometimes get fooled by a good secret. In 1990, the producers at ABC's 2020 decided to do a Where Are They Now segment. They located a man living in Tempe, Arizona, who claimed to be Billy Buckwheat Thomas from the old Little Rascals show. The gentleman reminisced. He charmed. He also lied.
That was sad. How can you pretend to be Buckwheat?
After the segment aired on 2020, producers learned the real Billy Buckwheat Thomas died 10 years earlier. The imposter's real name was William English. He had been living as Buckwheat for a number of years. The following week, co-host Hugh Downs apologized to his audience for the, quote, lapse in our normal research procedures.
2020, what are you thinking? What kind of journalist are you that you're interviewing a man who any kind of research would tell you was dead?
Seems their vision wasn't 2020 on this one.
In early 2002, Angelina Jolie and then-husband Billy Bob Thornton decided to adopt a baby. While in Cambodia, the couple visited an orphanage and connected with a 7.5-month-old boy. They were waiting for approval when Jolie's father, John Voight, revealed their secret to the world at a press conference.
Angelina just got a baby yesterday. She she adopted a Cambodian baby, and she's in Africa. She's got the baby in Africa. Don't ask me any questions about this.
Angelina and Billy Bob weren't quite ready to announce the adoption. They were still dealing with visa issues. The incident caused friction between father and daughter.
It caused a rift, which then, hey, guess what? He's on the cover of more tabloids for a good 12 weeks. Because of, ooh, Angelina and John, you know what I mean?
The adoption ultimately went through, and Angelina and Billy Bob welcomed their new son, Maddox. Later that year, Voight told E! News Live he was brokenhearted that his daughter no longer talked to him.
Well, I had difficulty. I've had difficulty. Angie has been staying away from me because she knows that I've been trying to reach her. Of course, I want nothing. I want nothing more than to hold my baby in my arms and keep her from harm.
Angelina and Billy Bob eventually broke up, and the relationship between Jolie and Voight has yet to be mended. Angelina Jolie's adoption secret revealed, number 47.
Do you like scary movies? That was the question Drew Barrymore was asked by a mysterious caller in the movie Scream. Okay, it sounded a lot scarier in the film.
Hello, Sydney. You like scary movies?
Yeah, like that. The man behind the voice not only frightened audiences, he also creeped out the cast. Usually the voice you hear in a movie phone call is recorded separately, but Scream director Wes Craven wanted his actors to really get into the scenes. So he had the voice on the set, but kept him hidden.
You know, there's a guy with a voice, but Wes would never let us see this man, even when he was on the set. And I had the best time trying to find him.
It was the producer's idea, and Wes.
Scary Hollywood secret number 46. Boo.
Coming up later, what's a 101 countdown without Michael Jackson? But first, hey, you firing me? You're watching 101 Best Kept Hollywood Secrets. Let's continue with the countdown. Number 45 on our countdown is a dark and disturbing secret of a beloved TV star. On June 29, 1978, Hogan's Heroes star Bob Crane was found bludgeoned to death in his Scottsdale, Arizona hotel room. Crane's murder opened up a closet filled with skeletons. Crane gained instant fame as the lovable lead in the sitcom Hogan's Heroes in 1965. Around that time, Bob reportedly met a video executive named John Carpenter. Crane was an amateur photographer, and the new technology intrigued him. Crane and Carpenter became fast friends with a dirty little secret. The two men picked up women and videotaped their orgies. This went on for years, long after Hogan's Heroes was canceled and Crane's career floundered.
Bob Crane's role on Hogan's Heroes was to be everyman.
Well, it turns out the average American Joe was really a kinky, secret sex addict who preferred home porn cameras to TV cameras.
I think it's kind of creepy and a little bit sad.
What's so unbelievable about Bob Crane's secret sexual life is that there is such thing as a secret sexual life in Hollywood that would shock people. But that's in fact what Bob Crane's sex life was. It was the most shocking, clinical sexual addiction you could possibly imagine.
Bob was doing regional theater at the time of his death. There were a number of suspects, including Carpenter, but no one was ever convicted. Bob Crane's bizarre sex life, number 45 on our list of 101 best-kept Hollywood secrets. Robert De Niro has 2 Academy Awards. To many actors, De Niro's in a class by himself. But even acting legends can get a pink slip. De Niro was set to star in a film called Bogart Slept Here. The script was written by legendary playwright Neil Simon, and Mike Nichols signed on to direct. A week into production, Nichols fired De Niro. The director felt the actor was miscast and not very funny, which is a problem for any Neil Simon project. Production shut down. Simon decided to do some retooling to tailor the story for actor Richard Dreyfuss. The title was changed to The Goodbye Girl. Another director came on board, and Dreyfuss won the Oscar for his performance. Best Kept Hollywood Secret, number 44. Earlier in the countdown, we established that celebs get special treatment. Here are some more requests made by the stars. When Sean P. Diddy Combs signs on for a gig, his contracts contain some interesting stipulations according to the Smoking Gun website. All food and ice must be inspected for hair, paper, and cellophane wrapping. In addition, the catering staff must wear hairnets.
I bet someone in his camp wrote up some memo and tried to sound really intelligent or eloquent, and it came across the wrong way.
He's a little bit of a germaphobe, it seems like, and you know, there's a lot of germaphobes out there, so I think he, you know, if he could sell a record to every germaphobe or a pair of shoes or a t-shirt, he'd keep doing well.
According to published reports, Madonna will fly her spiritual advisors to wherever she happens to be performing. The singer and children's book author wants to stay centered at all times.
Who says money can't buy everything?
It's good to be a celebrity, isn't it?
There's no going too far on your requests when you're a star.
If I were a celebrity, you'd be surprised what I'd ask for, buddy. I want a first sink chinchilla in every room. First sink, that's right. No, you can't use a first sink, but I asked for it anyway, and if I was a celebrity, I would get it.
You can walk into a room and say, I want only a certain color M&M in this room when I walk in. I want only certain flowers on the other side of the window when I walk into a room, or else. And people will hop to it.
For example, I'm working on a project right now, and the other day, I said, hey, could somebody get these cleaning products out of my holding area? I don't need a mop and a pan in here with me. I'm getting into character.
I'd ask for a whole wall of navel lint. Why? I don't care. You pick somebody's navel all day long for all I care. Give me a wall of navel. Why? Because it's soft and buffers.
If I was a rock star, I would demand secrecy and a paycheck.
You know what I would do? I'd walk up to a producer and do this to the back of his neck all day long. You know how annoying that is? Huh? Huh? A celebrity could get away with that. Just back of your neck. Just listen to that stuff. Where's my navel lint wall? Where's my navel lint wall? Where is my navel lint wall? But I'm not a celebrity, so I can't ask for things like that.
If these stories of celebrity demands have you wanting more, log on to E! Online to discover the other secrets of the stars. Coming up, the mystery of Ms. Monroe, a wild White House visit, and a not-so-shy Sly. Plus,
I think the more things you can keep secret, if you don't want people to know about it, fantastic.
you're watching 101 Best Kept Secrets. We're inching closer to the top secret in Hollywood. At number 42, there was no one like her. Marilyn Monroe created her own brand of celebrity. She was sexy, vulnerable, alluring, larger than life. She died in 1962 at the age of 36. Marilyn's death was ruled a suicide, but to this day there are skeptics.
Marilyn Monroe was America's Cinderella. She was Norma Jean, every girl who grew up to be the sex goddess Swan Marilyn. We don't want to believe that our little blonde angel snuffed herself.
Many people believed Marilyn Monroe was having an affair with either John F. Kennedy or Robert Kennedy, or both, and that she was about to expose the details.
One of the theories is that, JFK had something to do with her death. Definitely the government had something to do with her death. And although she seemed to have died of natural causes, it was a drug overdose, believed to be an injection either behind the kneecap or in the toenail, under the toenail, where it can't be detected.
Others believe she accidentally took too many sleeping pills.
I'm not a conspiracy person, so I'm going to go with took too many pills. I mean, I know she liked pills, and she may have overdosed before.
Officially, Marilyn Monroe's death is considered suicide, but for some, the true cause will remain a Hollywood secret forever.
Marilyn Monroe's death, like Area 51, will always be one of the greatest mysteries of American history, simply because we're never going to have an answer.
Marilyn Monroe's death, best kept Hollywood secret, number 42. He's a legendary performer, a singer who lives by his own rules.
There's some of us still trying to do what we want to do. So in that respect, I'm glad to be called an outlaw.
We're talking about Willie Nelson, country music Hall of Famer, co-founder of Farm Aid, and sometime political activist. It's no secret that Willie is a longtime supporter of the legalization of marijuana. But Willie does have a secret, one that might be considered a big hit, so to speak. And we've got the straight dope. This secret's been whispered about for years, but never made the headlines. Back in 1978, former President Jimmy Carter invited the singer to the White House. While Nelson was there, he snuck up to the roof of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and smoked a joint. That's right. Willie Nelson sparked up a doobie on the roof of the White House while visiting the President of the United States.
I want to know how Willie did it, got away with it, and if he'll do it again.
God bless him. I mean, free love in America. Did he inhale? All right, Willie.
What would surprise me is if someone told me a place Willie Nelson had not smoked a joint.
Willie's secret goes up in smoke at number 41. The countdown continues with the top 40 best-kept secrets in Hollywood. In our next installment, a shocking death, a startling stunt, and the secrets of Elvis. Plus, how a split-second decision saved Mark Wahlberg's life, and the days when Farrah was no angel. We'll see you very soon.
Secret. Ooh.
Every secret you've ever wanted to know about, but were afraid to ask.
Best kept secret in Hollywood right now? You know what? That's a good question.
Shh, it's a secret.
The best kept secret in Hollywood? That would be me, as an action star.
That's a secret, isn't it?
I have quite a few secrets, but it'll come out in my tell-all book.
The truth is probably more bizarre than anything you can even dream up.
Om lidt kan du komme med bag om kameraet på musicalfilmen Moulin Rouge i film